And 3, 2, 1. Welcome, class, to the story of the Great American Dust Bowl. Welcome to the story of the Great American Dust Bowl. You will need to know this material for your assessment. Okay, we should have seen this image already, and hopefully we should have seen this image already as well. And both of these are images of the American Dust Bowl. So the question is, what was the Dust Bowl? What was the American Dust Bowl? Right. The Dust Bowl was a man made environmental disaster in the US, in America, over the 1930s. Fertile grassland was turned into a desert, and it was caused by over farming and poor soil management. So this is what happened. There was lovely grassland that people were growing their crops on, but then they farmed it too much. Human beings farmed it too much, and they didn't manage the soil properly, and so it turned into basically a desert. So it was like the lovely grass out the front of the school, but then it became a desert because it was overused and not managed properly. This is important, so I want you to write down this in your book and all of this neatly, thank you. So do that. The Dust Bowl also caused dust storms, and this is how they were created. Dust storms were created as a result of loose soil being brought up into the atmosphere as a result of naturally high winds. So there was strong winds, and when there's no grass to keep the soil all down, the winds are just going to blow these all the sand and all the dust, and they're going to blow it all over the place. So you got giant dust storms like this in the United States in the Dust Bowl. So, humans have got to be careful about how they manage their environment or they can cause situations like this. So, write down this thank you and write down all of this as well. Thanks very much. Right. Last of all, what happened as a result of the what happened as a result of the Dust Bowl? Well, as a consequence, guys, large numbers of families were unable to pay loans on their farms, and so were forced to migrate to places like California, away from the middle of America, in the hope of gaining employment, because they couldn't grow crops, guys, so they couldn't sell the crops, so they couldn't get any money, so they couldn't pay the banks back the money they owed the banks. Okay, if there was no land to grow food on, then they couldn't make money off the land. They couldn't make food. This occurred during the Great Depression, which is a period in which many people ran out of money in America. So people left the farms, they left the Dust Bowl, and they went to places like the city where they could work for money. But of course, obviously in the city was affected as well because there wasn't food coming in from the farm, so it was a problem. Write all of this down in your history, in your Heige books, guys. It is important and it will all be assessed. And here's the references, and here's the images I used on my slides today. Thanks for watching Year 5.